So, today, the day that I'm recording this, is actually Thanksgiving here in the United States. Typically, my wife and I hold what we call a Friendsgiving, where all of our friends who live in our area come and hang out with us at our house, and we drink, and we eat food, and we watch football. And it's a grand old time. This year, however, we kind of decided to just take that year off. And so today for Thanksgiving, we're doing nothing. And so because of that, I had the random desire to just kind of blab into my microphone today about some Nintendo and video game stuff because it is a very exciting time. And I figured that even though you won't be hearing this until Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, I thought it would be fun for everybody because we're all entering the period of the holiday spirit. And I figured that it would be just fun for me and hopefully fun for you guys. So again, even though you're listening to this after Thanksgiving, for those of you who are in the United States, I hope you are having or did have a very good, safe, fun Thanksgiving day. Now, what I wanted to talk about here at the very, very, very end of November in 2024 is something that I think most of us have already realized for many, many months now. And yes, it has to do with the Switch 2, Nintendo's next generation, the most common and uninteresting topic on YouTube at this point. And make no mistake, I've had plenty of conversations about the Switch 2 and the next generation in 2024. And while I've made a point to not just go completely down that route and not make my channel completely reliant on Switch 2 conversation, today, on a rambling Thursday Thanksgiving day, I felt that it made sense to talk about this because here at the end of November, like I was saying, we're closing in on the end of the year, which means we have basically run out of time for Nintendo to reveal the Switch 2 in 2024, which means we get to start looking ahead to 2025, the year of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, by the way, and prepare for the Switch 2 to be revealed and launched in 2025. It's been really interesting to watch a lot of people online and on the internet and on Twitter and social media and of course on YouTube continue to hold out hope that the Switch 2 could be revealed in 2024, and I absolutely, for a long, long time, was also holding on to that hope. I was never dead set on it, and I don't pay attention to people claiming leaks and rumors anymore. At the beginning of the Switch generation, there was a lot of really credible stuff going around out there, and I know and speak to a lot of people, and I was hearing a lot of really exciting things at that time. But the last, I would say 2 or 3 years, despite what a lot of people seem to claim on the internet, there's really not a lot of credible leakers and rumors and things that get out there nowadays. There are some, of course, and we've seen evidence of things that have proven to be true, like Metroid Prime Remastered, of course, discussed by Jeff Grubb, that turned out to be accurate. And there's a couple of other examples, but by and large, the general pendulum swing is that most things out there are not really true. It's people trying to get internet fame and make up things. Sometimes they're very educated guesses that are pretending to be leaks or rumors. And so that's why I haven't been paying attention to that stuff. And so for, I'd say the last 2 or 3 months, yes, I've been thinking there really is a good chance that Nintendo is going to reveal the Switch 2 this year. It makes too much sense because I still believe they're going to release the Switch 2 in the first half of 2025. And so I wanted to hope that they would reveal it this year. But, man, it's the end of November. December is days away. And even though there is that, 3% chance Nintendo could reveal an 11th hour Switch 2 announcement, whether it's at the Game Awards, which I don't think will happen, but whether it's at the Game Awards, whether it's in a surprise Nintendo Direct in December just about the Switch 2 reveal, there is that 2 or 3% chance it happens, absolutely. But I have basically given up all hope on seeing the Switch 2 in 2024. Now, of course, as I have already mentioned, and I continue to double down on this topic or this discussion about why I think a lot of leaks and rumors, here at this era of the Switch and the end of 2024 are not really credible. It's just kind of funny and ironic that another current conversation, leaks, rumors, just things being peddled to you as like fact or believable or whatever, is that Nintendo is, or people have claimed to hear. This is the difference. Because I actually think that this is a possible thing. But the difference is people claiming to hear something that I don't really think a lot of people on these message boards and forum boards and on Twitter and YouTube are actually hearing. But people claiming to hear that the current plan now has shifted to in January or early 2025, right after the new year, Nintendo is going to reveal the console, only to have a very quick turnaround, and in March, just like with the original Switch, release the console. So that January they reveal it, 2 months later in March, they release it. That's a discussion some people are having, and a lot of people are listening to or believing. And obviously at this point, we can put nothing past Nintendo. Maybe they would do something like that. But it sounds a little bit too good to be true. So I always keep my mind open, because we just simply have to at this phase of Nintendo and the Switch and are waiting for Switch 2. But like I said, I just don't know if we should pay attention to that. It feels too good to be true to me. I mean, if Nintendo was going to reveal the next generation console in December, before the end of 2024, again, how would they do it? And yes, I already referenced this. The Game Awards is a thing that's happening in 2 or so weeks. And it's cool for what it is. It's exciting in the sense that my wife and I have a good time watching it. I really don't give a lot of credence to the Game Awards and the way it's put together. I appreciate Jeff Keighley's attempts, and I've talked about this so many times over the years. It's a little awkward, and there's the controversy about DLC being nominated for Game of the Year, and I do think it feels a little forced and disingenuous, but this is where we are. I think that instead of Elden Ring DLC being nominated for Game of the Year, I think Silent Hill 2 Remake deserved to be in that spot instead. But it is what it is. It's Jeff Keighley's show. Jeff Keighley gets what Jeff Keighley wants. We know this. But, would Nintendo really reveal their next generation console at Jeff Keighley's American Game Awards program? It's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. That's why it's hard to talk about things that you believe wholeheartedly, because Nintendo can throw a curveball at any time. And I've referenced this before, and I think some people forget this, that Phil Spencer announced and revealed the Xbox Series X at the Game Awards, whenever that was, 2019, or I think that's when that was 2019. So, there's precedence for a new generation console and piece of hardware to be revealed there, but Microsoft and Sony play much nicer with Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards than Nintendo does, and again, we all already know this. And Reggie did have a couple of cool announcements. Bayonetta 3 was revealed there. Some Smash Brothers DLC characters was revealed there. Breath of the Wild DLC was also revealed there. I think people forget that sometimes. And so, are they going to reveal, Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered at the Game Awards? Are they going to reveal something as massive as the Switch 2 at the Game Awards? 2 or 3% of me says maybe, but most of me says no, that's probably not going to happen. So like I said, the only other option would be if they just wanted to have a random surprise press release and a surprise YouTube video, just like with the Switch reveal trailer, and a surprise tweet or announcement on social media, and they say, hey, or even, like I said, a little, 10-minute Nintendo Direct thing to kind of be a first introduction to the Switch 2. Maybe they do one of those things in December. 11th hour at the end of the year. Black Friday shopping is already over. Christmas is coming up soon. Most people have already bought what they're going to want to buy for the holidays, so now they can just announce it before the year is over and prepare everyone for the incoming Switch 2 sometime next year. It sounds good to a lot of us. It feels good to a lot of us because every day we wake up wanting Nintendo to have announced the Switch 2 that morning. I know that's what I think every morning I wake up. But I just don't think that we're there yet, and even though December is that 2% window, I feel like we've passed the boat on this. Nintendo's not going to probably reveal this thing in 2024. That's okay. Boy, we've been waiting a long time for this thing, right? I know I have, because if you've been following me, I started talking about this darn thing in 2020. And I almost think that they probably should have even released the thing already, last year or something. It feels they're releasing some quality remakes and remasters for people who like these games, like a Paper Mario and a Mario RPG and stuff, and that's cool. But I think that we're at the point, given the quality of brand new games that they're making, it's obvious that they're just kind of coasting. And so I've been ready for the Switch 2, a new generation, for over a year at this point. And I'm really hoping that whether there's any truth to these quote-unquote leaks and rumors out there about a January reveal or not, I certainly would like to see that happen. And maybe Nintendo surprises us. They had the Switch in-person Japanese like stage presentation in January of 2017. So it's not unprecedented for them to have a presentation about a new generation in January of any given year. But we have to remember that was held after they had already introduced us to the idea of the Switch in the October Switch reveal trailer and teaser. So the question is, are they going to do that same thing where they introduce it to us first and then have a big blowout? Or would they do the big blowout at the same time that they reveal the thing? And so does January, February, or March make sense for a reveal? And then maybe the thing launches over the summer. That's kind of what I'm hoping that they do. If they do a January reveal and then a quick 2-month turnaround to release, I mean, man, it's going to be a mad dash to try to get those things. It's not a lot of time to promote and market. It's something that they could be successful at, don't get me wrong, but it feels, I already said this twice, it just feels too good to be true. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens after the new year, man. So ultimately, the general point of this conversation is to just talk about how unpredictable Nintendo is, the fact that there are a ton of options on the table, and at this point in Nintendo's history as a company, they can throw curveballs at us at any time. The other point of this conversation is to say I basically have all but given up on 2024 because we only have a month to go. I think most of you have long since given up on 2024. I really kind of gave up, I would say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I started to realize, yeah, all the hope I had in a reveal this year is pretty much out the window. So, like I said, there's that 2 or 3% of me that says maybe we get the surprise in December, but 97, 98% of me is like, yeah, I've moved on to 2025. And even though I think they should have released the damned thing a year ago, it's fine. It's just video games. It's just a hobby for fun. So if we don't get the Switch 2 reveal until early next year, then that's fine, because that's, in theory, still only weeks and months away. And once it happens, boy, oh boy, will we have some exciting stuff to talk about and to look forward to. So I think that's about all I have to say about this. Like I said, I hope you had a really great and safe Thanksgiving if you live in the States like I do. And for the rest of you guys, I will talk to you and see you sometime on the next video.